Sports. It's in the game.
Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles,
of the National
and it's
Football
coming up
League.
next.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis, and what a season it's been for our AFC champions. I mean, this was a fight just to get to the Super Bowl. you got to figure that they are very battle-tested and ready.
I'd agree with you 100% about that. You don't get there without having those types of attributes, and that's what you look for in a Super Bowl team. Character, confidence, these guys don't lack for either one of those. Now they're here. Now they're ready to win.
Meanwhile, our NFC champions, they have gone to a lot to get where they are. Everybody knows their story this season. What's the key for them as they start this Super Bowl?
Let's go full cliche on this one because it works. Remember what got you here. Been a winning formula all season long. This is a team that when we saw them in the preseason, we said they look like a group that has what it takes to be a Super Bowl winning team. And we've been proven right by what we've seen throughout the season.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 5. Mahomes now to throw. Gonna look deep here for Pacheco. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. Well, if those at home are wondering if we were going to see some offense in this Super Bowl, I think your answer was right there. Incomplete, but they take a big shot early.
Like the script, if they get the big play early, so much the better. But if nothing else, they send a message. They're going to be aggressive in this game.
And all of that, nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident, I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. Chris Jones breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, no, his first throw of the Super Bowl is intercepted. 20. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. To throw, it's Mahomes. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rasheed Rice, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he fends him off. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I should have said they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so this is going to be whistled dead, and the ball's going to be placed up at the 40-yard line. And they'll accept that penalty. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Barkley, inside handoff. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Hurts. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble.
Well, it's not going to be a 1st down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the 1st down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Chiefs on top early. You're watching the NFL on EA SPORTS. Welcome back to the date on the calendar we circle every year. Super Bowl Sunday. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here with you as we get set to begin quarter two. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. Now here's Mahomes. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, his second touchdown in Super Bowl. And the Chiefs continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. In the second quarter, and already his second touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add two more onto their lead.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because this is something I thought would be out of the game by now, but sometimes these head coaches and special teams coordinators, they just can't help themselves. It's a fake extra point, but sure enough, it winds up working out for 2 points.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40. And that flag accepted.
Automatic first down.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out here with the option left. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Here's Hurts to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Here's Braden Mann now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
That confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. That is pulled in by a diving Kelce. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that
when the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Mahomes going to throw. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up. Now right where this set him down started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. Now it's Mahomes again. And that is caught for a touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are starting to open things up here in this Super Bowl. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. In motion left, the tight end. Mahomes will throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. The third time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries. Still have the lead, but couldn't get the third.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game plan for, felt good about being aggressive and going for it, and right up until that one, they'd gotten 2 for 2.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, we're standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that's going to be short of the landing zone. It doesn't make it there, so that means the ball's going to come out to the 40. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Hurts fumbles it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Hurts, and he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's got room at the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, it stays up. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Now back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Good coverage on the play there by Nick Bolton.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter. And we're back in the Super Bowl. Time to decide who gets to hoist that Lombardi trophy as we begin the 4th and final quarter of action. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Give to P. Ryan on the option. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. That all the way in for the Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They'll try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose. But you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He'll look to throw. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds after a short pickup, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And the Chiefs are going to get him. George Karlaftis, able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
How about that, partner? His second sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. It could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Fighting to stay upright, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. They run it with P. Ryan on 1st down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got him.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Pacheco. And he'll find his way down right around the 12. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And the Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl champions. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
Another great moment for this historic franchise. The Lombardi Trophy once again belongs to the Kansas City Chiefs, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will conclude our coverage this year on EA Sports. I want to thank my partner, Charles Davis, for another incredible season together in the booth. Till the fall, folks, Brandon Gaudin saying good night from New Orleans.